Hey, hard men, this is our third session on work. We've talked about work as worship. We've talked work as loving your neighbor. And so if that's true, if work is a way to worship God and also love your neighbor, then very practically, we should work hard. That's the big idea during this video, to work hard. I want to steal a line from Paul in Colossians. He says this in Colossians chapter 3, verse 23, "Whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you'll receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ." Now, not just work hard, but work heartily. Like, that's working hard from your heart. That your heart is in your work because it's worship, it's love towards your neighbor, it's making the world a better place. Therefore, you're putting your heart in your work. You're not just clocking in, making money, so then you can go enjoy what you really love, which is like hobbies or leisure time or Netflix or video, whatever it is. No, you're going to actually put your heart into your work because you know that work is how you worship God and also love your neighbor. And notice this idea about you're doing it for a reward. There's a reward coming, and man, I don't really know what that means. Like I don't know exactly what. I think there is a right now reward, and there is a coming reward also for our work. So the right now reward is getting to see the impact it has on people, the impact it has on the world. Like, there's a real sense of joy and satisfaction when you, like let's take like mowing the yard on a perfect Saturday. Like, the yards are wrecked, dandelions everywhere, it doesn't look good. And then you spend a couple hours just mowing it, and now it's striped, it's green, it's cut. There's a reward in just the actual work itself. Like, doing a good job just makes you feel great. That's a good God-given instinct. But also, seeing how it connects to others and how it connects to the glory of God, that's a reward also to think about. So as we think about working heartily, with all of our heart, working hard to the Lord, this idea of reward keeps coming up. And for instance, it goes in our passage that we've been looking at, Ephesians chapter 6. It says this in verse 7, rendering service, that's doing your work, with a good will as to the Lord, not to man. Verse 8, knowing that whatever good anyone does, this he will receive back from the Lord, whether he is a bondservant or is free. So whatever good you do, there's going to be a reward that's going to come back to you for that good. And I think practically, like, some of us get paid to do that. That's a reward that comes back to us. Some of us see the labors. We get to see the smile on a customer. We've solved a problem. We've made a product that's impacted somebody. We've done something that's made our company or our world a little bit better of a place. And there's a reward that comes back to us. Like, I think there's reward in our labor built in. Like, when we do good for the glory of God and the good of our neighbor, there's built-in reward that comes back to us. But then also, I think there is a real sense of the Lord is giving us reward for our work. And I don't know what exactly that all looks like, but the Bible says in both places, as you work heartily for the Lord, there's a reward coming. There's inheritance that's coming. And then if you pair it with 1 Corinthians chapter 15, we talk about the resurrection passage, that the end of that passage, it says, hey, now work hard for the Lord because nothing you do is in vain. In other words, because a resurrection is coming, all the work we do here somehow counts for eternity, somehow counts for the new coming kingdom. So as you farm, as you do taxes, as you work at Walmart, as you survey land, as you run a bulldozer, as you crunch numbers, as you teach math, whatever you do, in some way, if you do it for the glory of God and for the good of your neighbor, it transfers into the new kingdom. And somehow your work is helping to shape and form what's coming in the kingdom of Christ. There's reward and inheritance coming, and we as we labor get to be part of that good work that's coming. And so as we think about our work today, if we really view it as, okay, it's a way I worship God and it's a way I love my neighbor, then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work heartily for the Lord. I'm going to work hard with all my heart. I'm going to be sincere. I'm going to be active. I'm going to be on. I'm not going to be distracted. I'm not going to give half effort. I'm going to be all here, and I'm going to do a great job because God is my boss and my neighbor is the person I'm working for. So I'm going to worship and I'm going to love the whole time I'm working, and I'm going to work heartily for the Lord, and somehow there's going to be reward right now and also for all eternity. So let's be men who work hard, and not just hard, but who work heartily for the Lord, because our work matters.